Hi, I'm Diana Douglas, and we're here at Fairhaven Poke. I am the current owner of Fairhaven Poke. I've been here since 2016 as the manager. I officially took over last year in October of 2022. The previous owners are both from Hawaii, and I used to work for one of the owners in Hawaii at his poke shop in Kailua at the time. Then I took off to Seattle for quite a few years. So the owner I used to work for in Hawaii wanted to open a poke shop with his best friend from, elementary school here in Bellingham. That's where he lived. So I got the call and I moved up to help them open it. So in Hawaii, it's traditional. It's like raw cubed fish, and it's usually served like as an appetizer or over a bowl of rice or salad greens. That's how we serve it here. Simply seasoned like sesame oil and then or shoyu or Hawaiian seaweed, which we call ogo, or kukui nut. We use more of like Hawaiian, like local Hawaii, like traditional ingredients. It's just like all around comfort food. It's just something special in Hawaii. We just serve as poke as like poke bowls here, so everyone gets like a little piece of Hawaii. We pretty much start at the deli case. We order from there. We build your poke bowls. That means we'll serve you a la carte. You can just get the poke by itself or the sides, or we could put your poke in a rice bowl or salad bowl or both. You get to choose like your 2 proteins and a side, and that goes on top of your bowl, and that's pretty much how we serve it. Yeah, we don't really add anything else to it. I feel like our fish speaks for itself. We have spam musubi's. It's like a rice patty on top with a cooked piece of spam, and it's marinated in teriyaki sauce, and then it's wrapped with a piece of seaweed. And that's how it's served. We have butter mochi. I really like that one. I love that one growing up in Hawaii. Butter mochi is like a sweet, dense rice flour dessert cake. So it's like rice flour, has like coconut milk, eggs, butter, sugar, coconut flakes. It's really good. Really simple, but like really filling at the same time. For being a Hawaiian style deli here in Fairhaven, for myself, like I go to the airport to pick up ahi pretty much every other day from Hawaii to, make poke bowls. Most of the ahi and our Hawaiian seaweed, other fish come locally. So we serve wild Alaska sockeye salmon, albacore tuna, and ahi tuna from Hawaii, and then hamachi. Since taking over, I wanted to do more like local retail from local vendors and a lot from Hawaii. We have like cold things like Hawaiian chili pepper water, and it's like a condiment. People, use it as like hot sauce in Hawaii. Dip their fish in, rice, just like you sprinkle it over a few things. At the moment, we carry Buchon. Great lady, I love her products. Really, really excited to sell that here. Support her, but this is chili garlic crisp, and it's a nice condiment. It goes on everything. I throw it all over my rice and ramen, everything for the most part. Yeah, it blends well with poke as well. Oh man, I think I have probably the most wonderful staff ever. They're all very kind, they're great workers, they're just great human beings to be around. They make work enjoyable. Some of the greatest people, always on top of it. Very helpful, very customer service friendly, forward. Yeah. Ooh, classics would be hands down, my favorite would be the limu kukui. So that's ahi tuna, sesame oil, Hawaiian seaweed, Hawaiian salt, and kukui nut. Roasted on the Big Island, so it's really good.
I really like our side options. I feel like there's a pretty big vegetarian, vegan community in Bellingham, and so I like that we have a lot of options for people. My favorites are probably either the pickled veggies or our tofus or our cucumber salad. Everything's good. I also really like our spam and tofu musubi's. They're very yummy.
My personal favorite is probably gonna be a half rice, half salad bowl. I do really love our veggie options similar to Reagan. I think there's a lot of like options for vegan and vegetarian and like gluten-free, soy-free, which I'm gluten-free, so it's really nice to have those options where I work. My favorites recently have been our sea party. It's an edible sea succulent. It's naturally just very like salty, crunchy, and like crisp. That's like one of my go-tos on my bowls. I do really like our pickled veggies. I feel like they're classic. I'm always gonna put that on my bowl as well. And then our kimchi, our homemade kimchi is really, really good as well. So yeah, our process for kimchi is a little bit different. Ours is like not a fermented, like classic type of kimchi, but we do go through the process of, you know, salting our cabbage, cutting it up into small pieces, and then making a homemade sauce with like daikon and green onions and all sorts of flavorful ingredients. And then we do use that to marinate the cabbage, let it sit for a little bit, and then serve it fresh. And it's still got like a classic kimchi taste without the fermentation aspect.
I like just the fish, to be honest. I'm from Hawaii, so there's not much poke places that have like sides. You know, some have here and there, but for the most part, it's such a mainland thing to have sides. But I love to just get the fish, and it changes daily. I like love the Toro cuts, the belly cuts, spicy tuna. The salmon's really good. You know, I never really ate a lot of salmon before I moved out here. Hamachi too. The hamachi, I really like the hamachi too.
Reagan, what's your favorite part about working at Poke?
Probably making food that makes people happy. I am making ginger shoyu with ahi tuna. This is like the easiest poke to make. It's pretty much just your fish. We do like a good scoop of green onions, a good scoop of white onions, and then white sesame seeds, and then some sesame oil. And that is all we mix it with now. When we go to serve it on bowls, we do toss it in like a ginger garlic soy sauce, hence the shoyu part of the name. But this is the base and kind of how we start, like put it in the case.
Yes, so right now I am molding the rice for our spam and tofu musubis. We just have these almost like cookie cutter-esque molds. Make it nice and rectangular and perfect. And then you sprinkle furikake on the rice. That's like the traditional way to get the musubis ready. And then once the spam are done cooking, you will just place them on top and we'll wrap them up and keep them in the warmer, all toasty. So I just pulled the spam out of the oven and put them on the rice patties, and then we'll just wrap them in this nori over here. But yeah, we wrap them in nori and then saran wrap them, and then they'll be put into the warmer.
I'm making spicy tuna, which is basically sriracha mayo on fish, and probably our most popular poke.
Oh, really?
People love their mayonnaise. So I put in masago, our spicy mayo that we make in-house, green onions, white onions, and then some sesame oil. Also add a little more sriracha. So that's kind of our base for our sauce. And then I'm doing our spicy with ahi tuna, and we salt the fish before we put it in. And then, yeah, we mix it. Limu kukui, also with ahi tuna. And this one is gonna be a good scoop of green onions, get it in there. Good scoop of white onions. And then we also do kukui tree nuts, which we get from Hawaii. And then sesame oil, Hawaiian sea salt. So this is ogo. It's a seaweed that we also get from Hawaii. And then we mix.
I will say that it's very humbling, the fact that, you know, I've come and go at the shop, you know, so I was here like maybe 3-4 years ago, and like the spam musubis and the butter mochi would just not sell. It's crazy to see, like, after the following few years, like, we're literally selling out of those like every day, which is really great, you know, because back a few years ago when you would talk to somebody about spam, they'd be like, ew, like, but you know, like in Hawaii, it's such a thing because of, you know, World War II, like that was really one of the main staples of the food industry out there, so it's really humbling.
Favorite part about working here is probably just the community. I've worked in a lot of like food industry, customer service jobs, and this just being a small business in a small community where, you know, it has definitely its difficulties because we're all friends, but working with people that are all friends and love each other and do like family nights and things like that is very meaningful because I know what it feels like to be on the opposite end of that. So that's probably my favorite part, is just the community, and the customers that we have are all great, and Fairhaven is a great little place to work, so yeah.
I'd like to say thank you to our regulars. They, you know, kept us open the first few years, and they kept coming back because they believed in our product so much. Yeah, I say thank you. You can find us here in Fairhaven, historic Fairhaven. It's 1102 Harris Avenue, Bellingham, Washington, 98225. Yeah, we are right across the street from the Old Independent and Harris Avenue Cafe.